Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Power Rangers Eternal Rangers Kickstarter campaign preview. So I did a previous video, which I'll link in the description if you want to check it out, where we went over a bunch of the previews for the final Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid campaign set, or set in general. So this will be the final thing they're doing for the game. They're still going to do other Power Rangers stuff, deck building, and RPG and stuff, at least for the foreseeable future, but they're ending the miniature card Heroes of the Grid game. So they're launching off with one final big Kickstarter, so they have the Eternal Rangers box planned. In the previous video, we went over a bunch of different characters. We had some of the enemies listed, and a couple of the Rangers we went through. So one team of Rangers that is going to show up, and we're going to go ahead and start, is we're going to get the Mystic Rangers, and we're getting the full team of 5 characters. So in the first video, they revealed the green, yellow, and red Rangers. So now we're going to get the blue, I'm sorry, not green, yellow, red, and pink. So we don't have the green one yet. We do have the blue one, but they didn't reveal all the blue ones just yet. And I know I could have probably waited, but I didn't because this is gonna might launch before they reveal the rest of it. So I wanted to go ahead and get it. So we're just go ahead and hop into this and see what we have. So we have Madison Roca as the Mystic Blue Ranger. She's fluid as the sea. Once per battle, you may raise or lower the energy cost of an attack card by 1. If you raise the energy cost, add 1 die. If you lower it, remove 1 die from the attack. So this is kind of neat. So if you really need to be able to play a card, and you really need to do an attack, you could lower it, make it a little bit cheaper, but it's going to do a little less damage. But it might be worth it to do any attack versus doing nothing. On the other hand, if you have extra energy sitting around, you can boost it up to give some extra energy out. And there's also some other Rangers that might play off. She has some cards that play off this ability as well, but there's other Rangers that can gain bonus for how many dice they have. So hey, increasing the cost of the extra dice might boost it up. Or there's other cards that have stuff that you can, even like with her sister, the Pink Ranger, she has some cards that she can copy if they have the same cost as another attack card. So you could lower or increase the attack to make it match a different card. So that might be an interesting synergy to do. Now, the one thing they didn't preview is a miniature. So we don't get to see a miniature. We do get to see one of her more powerful cards. Healing Stream. Maneuver. A Ranger may choose cards with a total of up to 6 shields from their discard pile. Shuffle them in their deck. They may then drop to 3 cards. So it's basically a personal recovery card. I don't honestly know if I've seen too many Rangers outside of like Alpha 5 or maybe Dr. K, who are like the command center people who don't actually join in the battle, have an ability to just straight up give someone else, especially somebody else. Some characters have their own way to get some revives, but she can give any other character basically a revive or a recovery, which is pretty cool. Then she has Rising Tide. Gain 1 energy, and the next time any Ranger plays an attack card during this battle, add 1 die to that attack for each energy spent to play that card. That Ranger may then divide the attacks from that attack amongst any number of targets. So this is pretty cool. So you're already gaining 1 extra energy, and then for every energy spent, you can go ahead and spread out. So it basically turns it into some of the blaster type cards. But you can turn any attack into that. And then the fact that she already gains 1 energy, so that can help offset some of the extra cost, or give it that extra die as well. And then even combining this with her additional ability is either, if it already has a bunch of dice, you can either lower it 1 cost, make it a little bit cheaper if you needed to. But you can also increase it, which would be the better way to do it. Increase it by 1. You got your energy 1 to spend there, so you're not actually increasing the overall. So if you're paying a 3 cost, now it's technically 4, but you got that 4th energy to spend anyhow to counter it. And that would be adding 2 extra dice on top of the 3 you spent, so then you have 4 extra dice, 5 extra dice be added into the attack. 4 for the energy plus 1 for her ability. So yeah, so 4 extra dice plus whatever the attack already did, and you can divide that. So this could definitely take out a lot of stuff. And it says Wave Strike, so it's attack for 3 dice. You must deal the hits from each dice rolled during this attack to a different target. So a little bit a stranger attack to do, because you can't just take out one guy. It's a great early on attack, splash damage, take out a bunch of characters. But later on, it might not be what you need. Might be exactly what you need to take out a bunch of guys that have been weakened, team them up with other characters, use splash, take out a bunch of minions all at the same time. But yeah, it does lack the ability to just do straight pinpoint damage. So there's that. And then she has your Mystic Morpher, which all the other Rangers have as well. It says, you may immediately play one maneuver card from your discard pile. If you spend one energy, you may play an attack card instead. And then for defense, this card is revealed for defense gain energy. So here's some more energy boost to help you out. So the other two cards we didn't see her signature weapon, and then we're missing one other card. Yeah, so they'll probably reveal them up the next couple of days, or by the time the campaign starts, by the first day the campaign starts, I would imagine. So unfortunately, I didn't want to wait long enough, because the campaign's probably going to start before then. So let's hop into our next Ranger. So this is a highly exciting one. So Jonathan Ying, who's the designer of the game, really loves Adam Park. So he definitely had to get an Adam Park Ninja Ranger. Which is also neat, because that means there's another full team we didn't expect. I never expected the Aquitar Rangers to ever actually appear in the game. And then we got the Aquitar White Ranger. And now we're getting the Ninja or the Ninjetti Rangers. So again, I didn't really expect, because they kind of seemed like offset characters, which also means some of the regular characters versus super characters, like we have Super Samurai, but then we have like regular Dino Charge or regular Dino Fury. We could get like, and we are getting some of the Cosmic Fury characters. They changed costumes. Same thing with Mega Force. You could get both versions of them, because they might have just slightly enough differences. You can make a separate deck eventually. It should be kind of cool. So yeah, you have Adam Park, Black Ninja Raider. I am a frog. So he's a combo fighter. It says, each time you defeat an enemy card, place one hit token on this card, max of 3. You may spend hit tokens from this card to trigger special abilities on your combat card. So it's also really neat about this is the design. Kind of just like if they were going to make a full ninja series, what would they do? They kind of play off their Zeo abilities. And these guys became the Zeo Rangers. They had special, different things that differentiated them from the Mighty Morphin, which are kind of like the standard. But yeah, so one thing the Black Ranger had, Adam, when he was at, is he had way to use hit tokens. So this kind of combines with that, which is a really neat idea. So it's Frog Style. Oh, I kind of just... let's jump back. There's his miniature. We kind of just skipped by that really quick. So it's a really neat little miniature there. It says Frog Style. Attack for 2 dice. Well, this card is in your discard pile. You may spend 1 hit token. If you do, return this card to your hand. So yeah, every time you generate hit tokens, you can keep bouncing some of your cards back to your hand, which is going to be very helpful. Get a free attack every turn. Shadow Burst. Attack for 4 dice. When paying this card's energy cost, you may spend hit tokens instead of energy. So that's also really neat. So again, you could save up your hit tokens and not be wasting your team's energy. Again, which combine really well with some of the other Rangers. Ninjetti Power. Maneuver. Gaining a amount of energy equal to the number of hit tokens you have. Another Ranger may immediately play 1 card. So here you can charge up your power by saving up them hit tokens rather than using them. Or do a bunch of damage, get a bunch of hit tokens, play this to gain some extra energy so you can play some of your better cards or help somebody else out. The Ninja Strike. Maneuver. Gain 1 hit token. You may spend up to 3 hit tokens to deal that much hits to an enemy card of your choice. So free straight up 3 damage, potentially. Bare minimum, it's 1 straight damage, so if like you just absolutely need that 1 last damage to take out a guy, this card will do it for you. Shadow Clones. This is basically like his weapon, because these guys didn't really have weapons because they weren't in Ranger form. So he has attack of 3 dice. Spend up to 3 hit tokens. Instead of choosing a target, this attack deals its full hit number to a number of enemy cards equal to the number of hit tokens spent plus 1. So that is pretty cool. So he's going to roll 3 dice for every hit he gets. If he doesn't spend any hit tokens, he's going to get to split his damage at least by 2. So he can do full damage to up to 2 characters. But he can spend up to 3, so means he can do up to 4. Now imagine again combining this with our Mystic Blue we just saw, where she could up the um, up the dice by one, or any of the Rangers that could up the dice, and all of a sudden, boom! Now if you're upping these dice to like 3, 4, 5, you have more chances of getting hits. We have some of the Rangers we've seen in previous sets that let you switch to double hits. Also, now if you can guarantee a double hit, even if you guarantee a double hit on 2 of the 3 dice, that's 4 hits. It's 4 direct damage. Again, this could be a really great way to spread damage out. And then we have Ninja Vanish, which I'm going to assume is the team card. So like all the different team would have something like this. So reaction, play this card when any Ninja Ranger suffers 1 damage. Gain 1 hit token. Reduce that damage by an amount equal to the number of hit tokens you have. Yeah, so suffers damage, you can gain a hit token and then reduce the damage. You can then saving up your hit tokens gives you some bonuses, but spending them also work. So I did say I thought that was the Ninjetti power could also, yeah. See, the problem is trying to figure out which one is his signature or the team ability, because the team abilities usually are the same across every character. And the thing is, this one uses a hit token, hit token, hit token, hit token, hit token, hit token. So everyone uses a hit token. So the other characters presumably aren't going to also use hit tokens. So this might be like the one team where every character has a different special ability, or they design this character to act more like a 6th Ranger instead, where they have their own special ability. I just gotta imagine that Ninja Vanish this will work a little bit differently for each different character. So basically be like reaction when any Ranger would suffer damage, do this effect to help reduce damage. So do something, maybe like draw a shield, or how many cards you have in your hand, or something. But that'd be interesting. We don't know because they didn't make a full team deck. Alright, then our third and our actually final preview character, not going to do as many in this section, again, we didn't want to wait around for all the rest of them, is we have our second Turbo Ranger. So Justin Stewart, the Turbo Blue Ranger. That first one would have been Tommy from the Legacy Pack. So Kid Genius, he's going to play a little bit differently. So if you're not familiar with who Justin is he was a younger kid, I don't know his age, could have been 11, 12, somewhere in there, who found out about the Power Rangers, took over for Rocky when he got injured, and then when he morphs, he becomes a full-size Ranger, so he can keep using all the old animations or footage. But yeah, so he's a kid that teams up with them. So Kid Genius, your maximum hand size is 3, so he doesn't have as many options to play. But once per battle, if you have no cards in your hand, you may gain 1 energy and play 1 card from your discard pile. Then place the card at the bottom of your deck. So he has less cards, so he's going to get his hand emptied a little bit quicker. But then what you can do is once you've emptied out your hand, you can now gain energy to help you play that new card. And you can play any card from your discard pile. So then essentially, depending on how many cards you have in your deck, or as you went through, you have access to your full entire deck. I don't know why it says to place that card on the bottom of your deck, unless there's other cards that affect what's on the top of your discard. Just because you're going to search through your discard, it doesn't make a difference. But there's his miniature with his twin cannons. So here we have a Youthful Spirit. So cost X, reaction. You may play this card from your discard pile. Play this card when any Ranger suffers damage. Reduce that damage by 1 for each energy spent to play this card. So this is kind of fun. So you can just kind of have it sitting in your discard pile, waiting around to use it, until you have to reshuffle and heal back up. But again, unless you go back to the command center and reshuffle your entire deck, you just do a quick recovery. You can just always leave this in your discard pile if you like. Blue Shift Blast. Attack does 2 dice worth of damage. If there are no energy in the shared energy pool, gain 1 energy and may ignore guard keywords when choosing a target for this attack. It's not bad. So, like, again, this comes a little bit later. He's kind of playing off if he comes later in the game. Some of the characters want to attack right away and do stuff like the Black Rangers you saw. Usually like to do damage right away because they can spread damage out. And they want to hit as many targets as they can, so you see where you have to kind of fall back on. Or they're like very late cleanup. Like, oh, we need to spread 1 damage amongst 3 characters just to finish them. He's kind of like a little bit late game. He wants to like wait until the energy pool is done or his cards have been discarded. We have Earnest Impact, another X cost. Special attack. Add 1 die to this attack for each energy spent to play this card. After you resolve this attack, gain a amount of energy equal to the hit result. So he's going to keep generating a lot of energy, which is really neat. Because the more energy he gains, then he can keep playing better cards, or someone else can. He just saw other cards that let him gain a bunch of energy, so you can use this to pull it from there. Add a die for each energy spent, and after you resolve the attack, gain energy equal to the hit result. So if you add a bunch of dice to this attack doing various things, then you can potentially get a lot of his energy right back, which is kind of a neat idea. We have Perfect Opportunity. Maneuver. Draw until you have 3 cards in your hand. If your card contains exactly 1 card with 1 shield, 1 card with 2 shields, and 1 card with 3 shields, gain 3 energy. Another ranger may immediately play 1 card. So, the worst this card is going to do is you draw 3 cards, another ranger gets to play a card. So if nothing else, you're not wasting your turn, and you're gaining up to 3 cards back in your hand. But only up to 3 cards, because he can only have 3 cards in his hand. He doesn't get 3 cards no matter what, depending on how empty his hand is. But yeah, if you can plan it right, you can gain 3 extra energy, which then lets the next ranger be able to play like one of their signature attacks. It's a good combo card. But it's very going to be tricky to make sure you get all 3 of them cards. It's not like draw 3 cards and then draw up to 3 cards and then discard up to 3 cards. That would have been, like, again, would have been a lot of extra text on here, but then you would have had a better chance of completing that. He has his signature weapon, which is an X cost as well, so a lot of X costs with him. Turbo Hand Blasters. Attack for 1 die. Add 1 dice attack for each energy spent to play this card. If you have no cards in your hand, you may perform this attack twice. So again, having that lesser hand size is going to let him having cards in his discard pile, so his special ability, he can play any of them, so he has access to more of his cards quicker. But it's also going to give you bonuses like this. Now you can perform this twice. So then, even worst cases, you play this for 0 cost. It's a one die that you can do twice. So you can roll 2 different dice. So very worst, it's a 2 dice attack against 2 different things, because you're performing the attack twice. The second time you can target someone else. Otherwise, yeah, spend like 1 or 2 energy, gain 1 or 2 extra dice. Again, as long as you keep 0 cards in your hand, he's going to get a pretty big bonus for it. But also remember, having no cards in his hand is going to leave him unable to do stuff, except again, he can play cards from his discard, which then don't go back to his hand. And then we have the Auto Blaster, which is the team ability, which is another X card special. This attack deals the amount of hits equal to the amount of energy spent to play this card. You may ignore the guard keyword when choosing attack for this target. So again, just does damage for however much you feel like spending on it. So the more you can spend, the better. So yeah, pretty interesting character. And then here's our final thing, is the launch date is the 28th. It's only a couple days away. They're going to launch. So we don't even know who's all in the core box, but as soon as the campaign launches, we will definitely know everyone that's available. Then we'll just have to see what's going on with the stuff that allows us to create stuff, like how they're planning on doing that. Are they releasing PDF files? Are they giving us STL files for stuff? Or are there going to be a continuation, like as they do the RPG and they keep releasing those miniatures? Are they going to release those miniatures in STL files at scale to the Power Ranger size? Because even if they keep doing it that way, then eventually you could pick up all the other Rangers at some point. If they keep adding more guys like that. Or, what are we getting exactly for design wise? How is that going to work? I hope they're not just going to give us a bunch of blank cards. It's nice to have like official cards, but I don't like having like draw my own pictures on cards. I'd rather have like an online template that I could print out. They might have like an app or something set up. I've seen other games or a website where you can go in like, hey, here's the template we have on our site. You can edit in there and then print stuff off from there, which isn't a bad idea either. So you don't have to have a programming software that matches whatever their file and template is. But yeah, so that is Power Rangers cards, yeah. See, also what Kickstarter goals they're gonna do. Again, we don't know if they're gonna go like the original campaign and just have one giant, full big giant box. Don't know if they're going to have like break it up into smaller sets. Do like, oh, here's a villain pack. Here's an allies Ranger allies pack. Here's maybe we unlocked another full team, and then have them in their own individual boxes that then they can sell on their store individually. Like, hey, you've unlocked these, so they're not technically Kickstarter exclusive, but you've unlocked extra packs that we'll throw up on the store, and then people can buy until they run out. So we'll all see happens. Yeah, I got a lot of views on my first video for this. I did a bunch of views for this. Maybe I'll hop in during the campaign after a day or two, after we've seen some of the stuff unlocked and figure out some of the stuff, and we'll kind of check that out as well. Hope to see you guys in the comment section there. Hit me up in the comment section here. See you guys later. Bye.